For KUTV Nairobi.
Now tonight, on to the daily features on the 2025 events. We delve into the country's education sector, which has for the past 11 months been standing in shaky grounds. A wave of industrial unrest swept through Kenya's education system as teachers and lecturers protested unresolved grievances, stalled reforms and unpaid dues, bringing learning to repeated standstills and exposing deep-rooted challenges threatening the stability of education nationwide.
The year 2025 was marked by widespread education sector strike in Kenya, making it one of the most disruptive years for learning in recent history. From junior secondary school teachers to the university's academic staff union as they downed their tools in protest against unresolved grievances, bringing teachers and learning to repeated standstill.
And junior secondary school JSS intern teachers in Embu County have held protests.
A section of students from public universities have threatened to go on strike if the government does not resolve the lecturer strike within the next 24 hours.
The first sign of an arrest appeared in January 2025 when teacher union raised concerns over delayed salaries, heavy workloads and unfulfilled agreements. Warning of possible strikes were issued as negotiations with the government showed little progress.
We are not going back to class.
By February and March, junior secondary school teachers became the center of national attention. JSS teachers protested poor terms of service, delayed confirmations, low pay, and unclear career progression under the competency-based curriculum. As the first term progressed, learning in several schools were paralyzed. The JSS teachers' strike intensified.
We are seeking the government and we are demanding from them, because it was a promise, that they fulfill their promise.
Shilingi 17,000. Mimi mahali naishi nyumba ambayo inaweza kumudu kuishi vizuri ni 7,000. 17,000 ukilipa 7 umebakia na 10. Mwezi mzima ni aje utaishi na 10,000 kweli?
We want separate administration in terms of co-curricular activities so that we can nurture the talent of this junior school very well as it is expected by the CBE. The other thing we are calling for separate administration in terms of curricular activities. We also call upon this very government to expedite the confirmation of the current serving interns so that they can be also incorporated as teachers under TSC on permanent terms.
However, the junior secondary school teacher strike was concluded through a return to work agreement that was negotiated between the Teacher Service Commission and teachers under the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers. While basic education struggled, higher education soon faced its own crisis. It all began officially on Wednesday, the 17th of September, the year 2025, when members of the university's academic staff union and allied unions downed their tools nationwide after issuing a 7-day strike notice earlier that month, giving a notice to the government to act over their unfulfilled collective bargaining agreements and unpaid arrears, warning that public universities lecturers would withdraw their labor if demands were not met.
Today, Dr. Constantine Wasanga Opio, PhD, LLB, LLM, CBA, Return to Work Formula, CPM. I have officially launched the strike.
Soon, public universities across Kenya were affected by lecture strike. Lectures were suspended, examinations postponed, and academic calendars disrupted. Campuses became quiet as students were forced to stay off the lecture rooms.
They will only go back when the money hits their bank accounts. Don't try us. Don't try us.
Hatutabanduka hapa until the day pesa ina hit account. Hata nyinyi mkiambiwa to call off, we will not accept. We want the money and we shall leave this place only to the bank. From the tank to the bank.
The decay of the roots of a tree quickly spread to its branches. The students were at this point feeling the heat.
Kwa kwetu ushago, nimekuja Nairobi kutafuta masomo, lakini sasa kwa sasa inabidi nikuje nifanye 1-2 nihakikishe kwamba napata chakula siku ya mwisho wa siku.
If you want to destroy the country,
then to destroy the education sector. That one has been said even by our own president. But now where is action on that? If they are not destroying the nation, see, why are we on the street?
The tug of war continued between the WASU union and the government, but on the very day, the September 17th, Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba announced the government was releasing 2.5 billion shilling towards CBA obligations and urged WASU to withdraw the strike notice. Ogamba said the government was committed to fulfilling its negotiated agreements under the existing strategy.
So what happened last night, they purported to release a memo of 2.5 billion. But our banks are now empty. Yes. There's nothing in our accounts.
The lecturers, however, rejected partial government offer, insisting on full payment of the 7.9 billion shilling owed to them.
The reasons why we are here is because of arrears accumulating from 2017 to date.
Wasonga reaffirmed the strike would continue until all dues were paid in full and a new CBA for 2025-2029 was negotiated.
Shall not compromise on the payment of 7.9 billion, and it will be paid at one go, because history has taught us.
Later came the talks. Wasonga addressed the media after talks with the government officials, noting that the government had proposed paying the arrears in 2 phases, but the union rejected the offer.
7.3 in this financial year and another 7.3 the next financial year. The 4.3 billion has been paid, the 2.7 billion has been paid. So government has shown good faith and commitment to settle these historical debts.
If the government is proposing that they want to implement 7.9 billion in 3 phases, that is 3 strikes. And we don't want to subject our students to further frustration.
On the 5th of November 2025, after exactly 49 days into the industrial action, the lecturers union, including WASU and the Kenya University Staff Union, reached an agreement with the government to settle the 7.9 billion arrears from the 2017-2021 CBA. This was after indeed a rebuttal.
Kenya shillings 3.8 billion in November, but not later than 31st December 2025. Kenya shillings 3.8 billion in July 2026.
We are going to have an interministerial CBA implementation team so that we can be looking at how these CBAs that we've signed, whether they are being implemented as agreed.
But this is no surprise. Kenyan lecturers' strike have repeatedly occurred since 1990s, driven by low pay, delayed CBAs, poor funding, and union recognition, frequently disrupting public university learning. Oching Cynthia, KUTV.